I lost 10 pounds in 13 days, and this is how I did it. And welcome back to another video, and if you're new to our channel, thanks so much for watching The Brownie Life. Today's video is all about my weight loss just recently. It doesn't include Emily, my teenage daughter, in case anyone hasn't watched us before. She's the other half of The Brownie Life, so it's just me on this video. There will be other videos to do with weight loss as I progressively go through my journey of, fingers crossed, hopefully losing a lot more weight. But this video is just literally how I've kick-started my weight loss journey. So the first thing that I actually did was a detox day. So I had a whole day of just drinking, just fluid, lemon and warm water, green tea, not much else, I'll be honest. So this is my journey, how I've went from that to introducing some foods into my diet, eating healthily, and really what I did in the 13 days to lose the 10 pounds that I've already lost. So in my detox day, where I only had fluid, which I'll get to some clips in a minute in terms of everything that I did for that and more, but what I would definitely strongly advise is only do a detox if it's safe to do so. Definitely get some advice, family and friends, doctors even, if you do have any health issues, please don't do things like a detox unless it's definitely safe to do so. So in this video, I will be showing you clips of how I've managed in terms of the detox, what I've introduced into my diet, exactly what I've done, to be honest. More of an account of showing you bits and pieces of the food that I've actually eaten and the drink, and then also just little chats along the way in terms of how I've managed to do it. So this is my journey. This is the start of my journey. As I say, there'll be more videos. If you're interested and you want me to do more videos on my weight loss, comment down below, subscribe to our channel. This is my journey so far. Let's get to it. I thought I'd just come on and give a bit of an update. So I've been doing the lemon water and green tea all day now. So we're about 5:30, I think maybe close to 6 o'clock. So I haven't eaten anything all day. Now, I think I've already probably put something on the beginning of the video anyway. But just to point out, I wouldn't recommend this to anyone that it's not safe to do that, if you see what I mean. It's everyone's personal preference as to how they want to lose weight. And this for me is just a personal, just a real kick at the beginning really to get me started. That's all it's for. I'm definitely not going to do this longer term or anything like that. I think some people actually can do this for a lot longer than sort of a day, 24 hours or whatever. But I, for one, I'm definitely not going to do it for longer than a day. I've really struggled, I'll definitely tell you that. I don't know if I'm just feeling under the weather, that I'm not feeling well, or whether it's just to do with purely just drinking fluid and not eating, but I feel rough. I feel really quite poorly, to be honest, but I'm keeping up the fluids. I've been measuring my mugs, so I've used specifically really big Disney mugs, to be honest, and I've measured what's in the liquid of each of the mugs that I've been having. So the number of cups I've had, I've worked out that so far I've had at least 3 pints, I think, of fluid. Probably a little bit more actually, because I think I've underestimated rather than overestimated. But I've had nothing to eat, just purely fluids, lemon with warm water. I've not had any cold drinks whatsoever, because I think having something warmer, I think, helps rather than something cold. I think just because then it's quite cold weather and things like that. I think if you've got something warm in, it almost, well, it doesn't remind you that you're eating, does it? But you know what I mean. I think having something warm is probably better. So I'm currently, so this morning I had just lemon with warm water, and for the afternoon I've been having green mint tea. So I'm going to carry on with this. I'm going to try and get through the evening. I've tried to keep myself busy at some points, but I'll be honest, I did actually go on the sofa and have a sleep for a few hours. because I felt absolutely dreadful. I've had such a bad headache and I felt terrible. So again, going back to who should do this, I'm not sure if it's just because I'm feeling tired and unwell anyway, or whether it's to do with this. But if it is to do with this, it hasn't felt very good today, I must admit. So I wouldn't recommend to people that really shouldn't do this. So anyone that has sort of really a lot of health issues where they really should eat, or they should eat regular, please don't do it. You know, just only do this if you feel that you're able to cope with it. And to be honest, even if you only did it for so many hours or half a day, it might still have, you know, some effects. I'm not going to know the effects until further on. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different diet starting tomorrow. I'm going to start eating, but I'm only going to be eating egg and fruit. And I'm going to do that for 2 or 3 days, I think. I'm going to see how it goes. And then I'm going to start introducing more proper meals, nutritional meals and things, just to get more proper meals into me. So, you know, fruit, salad, vegetables, and healthy stuff, really. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a rest, and then I'm going to try to keep myself busy for 2 or 3 hours this evening before I then head to bed. Because I think the key is keep yourself busy or go to sleep. One or the other. As I said, I've really not felt very well. Excuse the face, no makeup on. But you know what? This is a journey. It's my journey, and I want to share it with everybody. And if I can give any top tips, if I can tell you the good and the bad and everything in between, then I will. You know, it's an honest, open thing of losing weight. It's, you know, I'm not on any real specific diet. I'm not following anybody particularly. I'm not, you know, part of any group or anything like that. And I just want to be able to do it my own way. And yes, take tips from obviously the whole detox thing and the whole egg kind of diet. I have taken from other things, but I'm going to put my own bit of a spin on it. You know, I'm not going to do everything exact as per what certain people would maybe do. So I just, you know, want to come on and say it is really hard work, but if you want to do it, the only person that can do it is you. So if you're thinking of starting to diet, and do you know what? I don't want to use the word diet because it's a lifestyle change, isn't it? I'm doing this. I'm in my Christmas dramas. You know, I'm definitely someone who likes to get the hot chocolate out, likes to get the treats out at Christmas time. I'm definitely somebody that does that. And for me personally, this is really hard, really difficult to do it at this time of year. But, you know, I want to showcase to everybody that I don't think it's a great idea that if you're already quite overweight, if you're already feeling very unhealthy, feeling quite down in yourself. I've definitely felt like that more recently. Probably felt like that for a long time, but I've definitely felt like that more recently. I don't want to wait until January. I don't want to wait until I've put another stone on from eating all of the Christmas treats. I just don't want to do that. And each to their own, you know, everybody else might wait until January, but that's when everybody does it. And if I'm honest, but often a lot of people will fail at that time of year because you just get bored and you just get sad that it's January, Christmas is over, and you've had, you know, a few days into January, and a lot of people will just give up. I myself, I've done it. So I want to do it a different way. So subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Obviously, this is just me doing this journey. It's obviously not Emily. She's a teenager, and I'm not advocating teenagers or younger people get involved with doing these type of drastic measures to lose weight. However, I am on a path to then healthy eating. I'm only kickstarting it. So please comment down below of anything that you're finding really helpful, anything that you want to know a little bit more about, then definitely comment down below and I'll see what I can do to help. I'm obviously not a health professional. I'm not claiming to say that this is going to work in any way. This is just my journey. I feel that this is a healthier way for me to do it because I want to kickstart it. I want to lose quite a bit quite quickly and then start healthy eating, nutritional plans and a way of life, not a diet. So, you know, a diet's not for Christmas. Well, actually most people don't diet at Christmas, do they, to be fair? A diet's not a diet, is it? Let's face it. It's a way of life. We all have to make those little changes to be healthy and to, you know, just enjoy life a lot more. So I think I've probably waffled on enough, to be honest. Hopefully I've covered how I felt today, the reasons why I'm doing it, and I think I just feel tired, to be honest. I feel pretty dreadful, but I've chosen a day specifically where I'm at home, I'm not at work, I'm not doing anything, I'm not responsible for anything. So it's not that I'm at work and I have to really concentrate. I have done some editing for YouTube, so hopefully my videos are okay, fingers crossed. But I'm going to carry on with my fluid, my green tea and peppermint, and I might go back to just, I think I might just do warm water this evening. When I've sort of fed up of the green tea and peppermint, I think I might just do plain warm water before bed. So I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to start the egg and fruit. I'm not going to call it a diet because I'm going to put my own take on it. I'm just going to do my own thing because I think a lot of the egg diet is boiled eggs, as far as I'm aware. I haven't looked into it that much. I just know that there's been a lot about the egg diet. But I'm going to put my own take on it because I'm going to do different style eggs, but I'm not going to eat anything else with it other than fruit. So I'm going to do that for 3 times a day, see how I go, and lots of water, definitely. So I will see you in the morning. Wish me luck, guys. I hope I get through this evening. I hope I sleep. And I hope I wake up tomorrow morning half a stone lighter. I'm only joking. I'm not gonna. But I'll see you in the morning for the egg and fruit. It's now lunchtime. I've got egg and spinach. Now, I know I said egg and I said fruit, but I am actually deciding to introduce some spinach as well, just because these little bought pots that you can get from a lot of supermarkets, I've just bought mine from Marks and Spencer, but these particular pots are just really handy. I'm going to enjoy my boiled egg. You know what? An egg's never tasted as good as this. When you haven't eaten very much, very long, you definitely start realising it when you do eat. So I'm going to enjoy my egg. Well, 2 boiled eggs and spinach, and I have actually got an apple as well. I've got a big glass of water. I've been drinking lots of water this morning. I had 2 mugs of lemon water this morning with my breakfast. So going back to because I will have taken some footage this morning anyway, but I had 2 eggs scrambled, but I put nothing else in it, so I didn't put milk or butter or anything like that. Just a bit of scrambled egg, and then I had an apple. And I had 2 cups of lemon warm water, followed by 2 glasses of water. And then I actually went out to do some shopping. Well, actually, I did a really fun video, which will already be on our channel, so I can talk about it. I did the launch of the Rita Ora party wear range. So if you've not seen that, go check it out. I did manage quite well in the sense that I have had the worst headache. I mean, yesterday I felt quite rough, to say the least, but today I've literally had the worst headache. So trying to go around Primark looking at the Rita Ora range because it launched today, because do you know what, I wanted it to put it out for you guys. I wanted to do that for that continuity, in the sense that I did that last time I was there for the launch day. So I really wanted to do it, and I wanted to go have a look myself, to be honest, and there was some other bits that I wanted to buy. So I did that, but I had a really bad headache, still do. So I don't know how much else I'm going to get done today. I don't know if the headaches are as a result of just not the eating, I'm not sure, but I'm going to enjoy my boiled egg, and then I'll see you at tea time. Whoops. I've just dropped half of that on the rug. Never mind. I've got half an egg. I'll see you at tea time, guys. come on and have a little bit of a chat in terms of my progress so far. So the last clips will have been the food that I was eating in days 2, 3 and 4. So now I'm going to talk about my progress on days 5, 6 and 7. More importantly, how much weight have I lost in 1 week. So basically I decided not to put clips of all of my food in the video. I didn't want to make it really boring in terms of just seeing exactly the same things for you guys. So I thought what I'd do is just literally have a talk now in terms of the 3 days after what you've already seen. What did I eat? So obviously I've already covered the detox day and then the sort of egg diet. Didn't specifically do a strict egg diet, but pretty much stuck to that for 3 days. You will have probably seen, actually, I think the last clip might have been a fish cake and roasted vegetables. So that's where I started introducing something a little bit different into my diet, just because really that's what I want to do. I want to sort of start introducing other things. So I'm going to refer to my trusted notebook. I say notebook, it's actually a diary that I don't really ever write in, which I should do. But basically I've put notes in here in terms of the types of food that I've been eating, what I've been drinking, etc. So I'm going to cover now day 5, 6 and 7. So for day 5 I actually had porridge and an apple for my breakfast. Now the porridge, I am doing that quite a lot actually now. I've always eaten porridge in all honesty, so it's nothing new at all for me to eat porridge on a morning. I do use milk, I don't use water. I can't have porridge just with water, don't see the point. I do appreciate I'm trying to lose weight and I definitely have lost weight, so keep tuned. I'm going to tell you how much I've lost. So with my porridge, all I simply do is use a normal cup that I would have my tea or coffee in. I literally have half a cup of oats to a full cup of milk. Pour it into a pan and that's it. Just heat it up over the hob and that's it. Now previously I would definitely add honey onto it, but I haven't while I've been trying to really cut back, in all honesty. So it's literally just porridge, oats and milk that I've been having. So as I say, this is going back to day 5. So porridge and apple for my breakfast. So for my lunch I then had a very small amount of hummus and lots of salad chopped up. So I had things such as big pepper chunks, so just cutting up a pepper. I think all in all I think I had 1.5 peppers chopped up, a couple of carrots chopped up, and then I had a few falafel balls and then an apple. So I had quite a big lunch, to be honest. I was at work, I just lunched on that while I was working. And then for my tea or evening meal, depending on where you are in the country as to what you call it, now I did have a slight treat here in the sense that, bear in mind, even though I am cutting back and I'm not trying not to call it a diet as such, a lot of the things that I'm trying to eat, obviously to be a lot more healthier, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to fit in with things we might have to use up or things we might have in the freezer or what I'm just actually making for my family to eat. So what I'm trying to do is, yes, obviously cut back and lose as much weight as I can, but I'm also trying to do it logically as well. Obviously for a lot of people you can't necessarily afford to just go out and buy all the super healthy food and not simply have anything else or anything that would be maybe cheaper to buy. It's not always practical to do that, so I'm also trying to have similar things to my family and also use things up out of the fridge and freezer and things such as that. So we did have some macaroni cheese bites. Before you say, well, that's not going to be very healthy, you're not going to lose weight if you're eating those. Now I literally only had, I think there was about 8 in a pack. We had 2 packs, so obviously my husband and Emily were going to eat them as well. I had 2 of those and I had a barbecue chicken breast, so it just had a really small amount of barbecue marinade, chicken breast and a very small amount of Mexican rice. So my plate and portion size was smaller than Emily's, so I wouldn't say I had a massive portion in any way. And although yes, it wasn't necessarily, oh actually we had some salad as well on the side, so I'd already had a lot of salad at dinner time, but I had that as well in the evening with those other few bits and pieces. So it's not something that was super healthy, no, but again it was things that we were using up and I just tried to have a smaller portion. And really I'm just coming on to really let you know that I think it's a much healthier way of doing it, to be honest. I don't think you need to fully, starve yourself. I did do that in the detox day, granted, but I think moving on from that, I'm trying to introduce normal foods. And also, as I say, eating with my family and eating normal things again, but cutting back the portions, and trying to do as much as I can to cut back and not have, you know, the treats and the sugar and lots of things that are really not healthy, that are not going to help me lose weight right now. So moving on to the next day. So for my breakfast on day 6, I had some mini Weetabix. So I guess I did have milk. I do have full fat milk. Don't have semi-skimmed, don't have skimmed or anything like that. I'm a big believer in the full fat range of things. And hopefully I'm going to lose enough weight and still prove that it is still healthy in moderation, not having a lot of it. But I did have some mini bite-sized Weetabix with milk, and I did have another apple. And then for my lunchtime, I actually had 2 really small slices of bread, wholemeal bread. This was the first time that I'd had bread. Oh my word. The bread tasted amazing. It was just 2 very small, thin slices of wholemeal bread with a little bit of cheese. So cheese on toast, put the slices together to kind of make a little mini cheese toasty. So again, a much smaller portion than I usually would have had. I would have had a lot more than that to eat normally. And then had fruit after that. And then for my evening meal, I had a chicken dansak curry, which was just a bought one that you just pop in the microwave. Again, something that we already had in the freezer, and some rice, just again that we put in the microwave. So nothing that I actually really cooked, to be honest, but we had quite a busy sort of jobs day. It was the weekend, and my husband actually, so naughty, but he had a takeaway. Yeah, that's right. He sat next to me and had an Indian takeaway while I was cutting back, having half the portion that I usually would, and not have a takeaway. So to be honest, I really hope you can hear me, because I should have probably gone to another room, but this is the lightest room at the moment for, you know, videoing purposes. So hopefully you can hear me okay. So yeah, he had an Indian takeaway and I didn't. So actually, in all honesty, that was my first thing that I thought, do you know what, I'm actually doing quite well here. Not that we don't, by the way, we don't have takeaways all of the time. I would probably say on average, every couple of weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks, something on those lines. But still, I didn't have one. So I had a bought curry, as I say, with some rice, just popped them in the microwave, and I shared that with Emily. So I had half a portion. So usually I could easily eat a full curry to myself and a full rice quite easily, but I halved that. So I didn't have any breads or anything like that to accompany the curry. What I did have, actually, just because I did notice I had them in the freezer, and when I looked in terms of calories and fat and things like that on it, wasn't too bad. So I shared with Emily. We had some duck spring rolls, but again, it wasn't a big portion and there wasn't a lot really to them. So I thought that wouldn't be too bad. So that's what I had for my Saturday evening meal. So now moving on to day 7, which was the Sunday. So again, obviously part of a weekend. Usually on a weekend, I'd have more treats, I'd have more food, I'd have things that I really probably shouldn't eat. So for breakfast, I had a bowl of porridge with raspberries and blueberries. Again, making the porridge the way I've explained before, with milk, not just water. Definitely with milk, but no added sugar, no honey, nothing like that. And then I had raspberries and blueberries as well. And then for my lunch, I had scrambled egg, only made with the egg, no added milk, no added butter, just seasoning at the end, and then a crumpet as well. So again, that was something that was more bready, which again was amazing, because I haven't had much bread, obviously. I've only had those little bits on the weekend, so I really craved something that was of a bread nature. And then for my evening meal, we had some things in the freezer to use up, and again, I was cooking for my husband and Emily as well. So we had chicken thighs, but before you say, well, that's probably not healthy either, I didn't have skin on or anything like that. It was just purely the chicken that had been cooked in the oven, and some chicken, kind of spicy chicken sausages, but they were really thin sausages, and again, they were chicken, and I only had 2 thin small sausages, 2 small chicken thighs, and then we had some roasted vegetables with that as well, which did include potato. So I've only had potato a couple of times. So again, I'm trying to cut back on things such as that, but not just eradicate it from my diet, just cut back. So it did include potatoes, carrots and broccoli, but again, I'd made it all myself and just cooked it in olive oil. So that was my meals for day 5, 6 and 7. So how much weight have I lost in 1 week of doing all of the things that I've already spoke about on all of this video so far? So starting with the detox, and then kind of a bit of a take on the egg diet for a few days, and then slightly introducing more healthy foods, eating well, small portions. Actually, just before I do announce how much I've lost. Definitely drinking an awful lot of water. I haven't actually talked about what I've drunk, which was a bit silly really. Obviously I've not drunk alcohol. I've only started to introduce coffee and tea really from I think that was day 4. Yeah, so no, day 3 actually. So I was still on the egg diet and I had 1 coffee and a cup of tea that day. And then from days 5, 6 and 7, I have had teas and coffee. But I have tried to limit myself. I haven't had an awful lot. I do have black tea, and when I've had a coffee, I've only had 1 on a morning. So I probably will start to have maybe a couple of coffees a day, couple of cups of tea, but that's probably about it. And just drinking lots and lots of water. Starting my day with warm lemon water is what I've done every day. A big tip is get a really big water bottle, and then you can basically see exactly what you're drinking at any one time, and you can keep filling it up and just drinking more. So I have definitely drunk plenty of water. So now for how much weight have I lost in 1 week? I've lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds. So I did weigh 13 stone 6 and I weigh 13 stone 1. So I'm really happy with my progress in terms of how much I've lost, and I hope you think that's good, and I hope that really it's coming across the fact that I'm feeling really happy that I've managed to get this far. It's only a week, and I think, you know, for some people doing a detox is really hard, doing an egg diet is really hard. I would say that definitely doing those type of things is harder than just cutting back and just having meals, yes, but just cutting back with what you're eating and cutting out sugary treats and things like that. Definitely the egg diet and the detox were the hardest things of this week. But I do think after a few days of cutting back, I am noticing a big difference in the sense that I feel lighter, I feel a bit better about myself. I just feel that I'm happy to continue and try and lose some more weight. And as I say, I have introduced some normal things to my diet, so it's not that I'm just simply not eating. I do feel like I'm eating enough, but I'm just cutting out the things I don't really need to eat, or don't need to eat all of the time, and don't need to eat right now. Top tip, don't snack. I'm not snacking at all. I'm literally just sticking to 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch and evening meal. So let's see what progress I make in week 2. I'm going to show you clips of the food that I'm eating over the course of this next week. So I have got something coming up whereby I'm actually going to be going out and meeting family, and I'm going to be out all day. Now, days such as that are things that really could trip you up in terms of dieting, cutting back, you know, whatever you want to call it, losing weight basically. It could trip you up in the sense that if you're in a coffee shop and you've got so many temptations and other people you're around are eating things and you're thinking, well, shall I just eat it anyway, or am I supposed to be really good? So what I've decided to do is sort of plan exactly where I'm likely to be going for food and try to think ahead what is going to be the best thing that I can order to eat from that place. You know, what things could I drink, what things could I eat, and because I'm going to be out all day, so I'll definitely be eating out for lunch and maybe an early tea as well, because it might be quite late by the time I get home and I probably won't want to then prepare something to eat for my evening meal then. So the chances are I'm going to be eating out for lunch and tea time really. So I'll definitely prepare my breakfast. So top tip again is make sure that you're planning everything. So I'm going to plan my breakfast, make sure I have a decent breakfast. It probably will be eggs for that day, and then I'll plan where I'm going to eat for lunch, and as I say, more sort of tea time, something a bit of a lighter meal, and try and plan what I'm going to be eating in those places so that basically I don't overeat. I don't have the sweet treats, I don't have things that I shouldn't be eating. One thing that Emily's been talking about quite a lot is to go to Greggs. She just really wants to have the festive bake. So she said, after school, can we go to a Greggs and get a festive bake? So it might be a case of I meet her after school and go to Greggs. What can I eat from Greggs that's healthy? I'm not sure, but I think it'll probably end up being a sandwich or something. Now, I probably won't include all of the drinks and things that I will have consumed. For definite, I'm going to stick with the warm water first thing on the morning. That's something I've always done anyway, to be honest. I do have periods of time where I don't have it, or I do have it for maybe a few days and then don't have it for another few days, but it's definitely something that I think is worth it, and I think you do see some benefits just from that alone. So some warm lemon water, just a slice of lemon in some warm water to start my day. Lots of normal cold water, you know, bottles of water. My normal water bottle that I would take around with me to work or when I'm out and about, definitely always fill that up. And as I say, keep myself hydrated with plenty of water. I will be drinking tea and coffee, but I will be keeping that to a minimum. Normally when I'm at work, I don't drink hot drinks, so it's only really when I'm at home or when I go out. So the maximum I'm probably going to drink is maybe 2 cups of coffee, and I only have a little bit of milk in, and maybe 2 cups of tea, which is just black tea, and potentially an odd herbal tea or something. To be honest, even a few herbal teas, that's not going to be, you know, any detriment to my diet in any way at all. Herbal teas are really healthy, so I'll be doing that as well. So as I said, I'm not going to include everything that I'm drinking. I'll just come on at the end and tell you if I haven't done that. That's really what I'll be sticking to in terms of my drinks, which isn't really any different, to be honest with you. I don't really drink a lot of alcohol anyway. I don't drink fizzy drinks. I don't really drink juice. I will occasionally have the odd hot chocolate, definitely, but I won't have one this week. So let's see what my progress is over the next week. So that's it for now in terms of today's video, but there'll definitely be more weight loss videos. If you're interested, definitely comment down below. Let me know what you found useful in this video, what you'd like to see, you know, more of. I've definitely got more of an exercise plan moving forward and introducing other things into my diet and really how I get on in terms of my progress in the coming weeks and months. So I probably will look to do another video probably in a few weeks. As I say, comment down below if you'd be interested in that. Subscribe to our channel. There's lots more on our channel in terms of travel, holidays, Primark, Disney, so many other things on the Brownie life right now. So definitely go check out our other videos as well. And obviously a lot of those videos will include Emily as well as myself. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. See you later.